Okay, hi Becky. How are you?
I'm not doing very good. I'm stressed out. I'm angry. I'm not doing very good.
Okay, so last time we spoke, we left on a note you were supposed to talk to your mother-in-law and your husband about how you were feeling about your mother-in-law living with you guys. So,
Yeah, and I did. I sat them both down, like talked about doing, and I thought that it was gonna go. I mean, just fine. I didn't really know what to expect,
mhm.
and I sat them both down and I told them about how we live in just too small of a house for all of us, but we need to figure something out. And right away, my mother-in-law just went about how I do this and I do that, and this is the way it's supposed to be done, and blah 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 blah. And all my husband did was just sat there. He sat there the whole time and didn't say a single word. So while we're fighting, he's not saying anything, and I'm like looking at him like, hello, can you please chime in or do something? And she finally gets up and she says, you know what, I'm leaving, this is fine, I'm not staying here any longer. So she gets all her stuff and she goes to stay at the Red Roof Inn. So that's where she's at right now. She has been staying in a hotel. My husband blames me for this. He says it's my fault that I kicked her out, which I did not kick her out. I mean, she is a grown woman and she got up and got her own stuff and left. But he's mad at me, so we're not even speaking right now, hardly.
Okay, wow. So a
So
lot has
a lot
happened
has
in
happened.
1 week.
Yes.
So it seems like it's a common pattern with your husband that he still really isn't defending you or speaking up or really has much of an opinion. So that's you're still struggling with that. And now your mother-in-law left, and now you and your husband are kind of not getting along, and he's
Yeah.
blaming you.
Yeah, I mean, he, is really upset with me because he thinks that he said he thought that everything was fine with the way that, we were living at the house, even though I told him numerous times that something was needed to be done. If he could please talk to his mom about just the way that she was behaving. And now, she's gone, and it's almost even worse at home because he's not speaking to me hardly. He feels like I kicked her out, which I mean I didn't, but because I sat them down to talk, which should have gone just fine, but it didn't.
So the conversation really didn't go as expected as you wanted it to, and so you've been kind of battling it by yourself and wanting your husband's help. And now that your mother-in-law is gone, now you feel like maybe your back's up against the wall, like you kind of can't win, and now you feel like maybe everybody's against you too.
Yeah.
And that can be tough to, have a lot going on and not having the support from your husband.
Yeah. No support from him. I feel bad about my mother-in-law too. I feel bad that that's where she's at. I never wanted her to move out and go live there. Her stay was supposed to be temporary, but I knew that it was going to be probably like 6 months to a year. This is what I knew was going to happen for that. I did not want her to pack up her stuff and go stay at a hotel. That wasn't ever my intention. And I called her and said, can you please come back? Like, you can come back. Come on, we can work this out. And she's being so stubborn, telling me, no, I'm not coming back. You don't want me there. Nobody wants me there. She's being so dramatic, and now she's not taking any of my phone calls.
Do you maybe feel like she's doing that out of spite just to maybe make you feel bad about the situation?
I think so, because she knows that I feel horrible that that's where she's staying. Because I told her, I feel so bad that you're staying at the hotel. Please come back and stay with us. You can stop paying for a room by the, because she said, well, I'm just going to pay by the week. And that way it will be cheaper. Because I'm like, you're paying by the night to stay at this hotel. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm paying by the week, and it is cheaper that way. And I'm like, oh, come on. You don't have to pay by the week to stay at the hotel. Just come back and live with us. And she's just not going for it.
She's being very stubborn.
Yeah.
How about your husband? Has he tried to reach out to her? And
I mean, he did, yeah, and she told him the same thing, that I'm not coming back. So I was hoping maybe him and I could kind of like get together and go over there and try to persuade her to come back, but he's just not really even talking to me right now. He's so upset. Like, I think maybe he'll cool down and calm down. I mean, I haven't seen him that much either, because with his work schedule, and then like he's been kind of just avoiding me.
okay,
So
so the problem's still really not getting resolved either. Now it's so much worse
yes.
than what it originally was.
Yeah.
Do you think that your mother-in-law would come back? Since you said that you feel like maybe she's kind of doing it on purpose, so you feel bad. Do you think over time that she will come back? Or
I mean, I think eventually she will, because she was only with us for a couple months. So she has at least like 8 more months before her plan was to go and move into, her plan is to go move into like a condo or something. But that's not happening anytime soon. There's no way that she's going to stay in a hotel for 8 more months. So I think that, I mean, I hope that she'll come back with us. And that if she does, when she does, we can figure something out. That's another thing. If she comes back, when she comes back, we still have this other issue of needing to live together. You know, it's my house, and like she's a guest at my house, so she needs to act like we need to cohabitate together in the house nicely.
right. So do you feel like ever since she's been gone, you feel more stressed out, or since she hasn't been there, do you maybe feel a little bit relief that you kind of have your house back and you don't have to fight for that role anymore?
It's kind of both, because I feel stressed out because I'm worried about like getting her back, because I feel bad that she's gone, so like I'm thinking about that. But at the same time, it's like, yes, I have my house back. Cool.
So part of you, maybe you feel guilty,
Yeah.
you feel bad because of your husband, not so much
Yes.
because that she's actually gone.
Yes, there is some guilt there, because it's like I'm guilty because I'm glad that she's gone because I have my house back, but at the same time, it's like I know I shouldn't be glad because I should be working on getting her to come back.
Well, it's okay to feel that way. I mean, you know, like you said, it is your house and she's a guest, so you felt like she was kind of overruling your decisions and kind of maybe taking over a little bit too.
Yeah.
So now that she is gone, you feel like you have your house back and that stress is gone. But now that she's gone, now there's that extra stress because she's kind of doing it out of spite, maybe.
Yeah.
And now you and your husband are arguing, and it just turned into something that it wasn't supposed to turn into.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that's it's really frustrating. It's added on stress and everything else.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just a situation that needs to be resolved. So we're gonna have to, you know, work on it. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to sit him down and talk to him. Obviously, like this can't go on much longer. Like a week is long enough to whine about or to fight about it, and I'm gonna need to sit him down and talk about it, and then we're gonna have to go get her.
Right. I think that's a good plan. I think maybe you should talk to your husband first and kind of resolve that issue first, and then maybe try to convince your mother-in-law to come back, and then work on that separately, so that way there's not too much trying to be resolved at once.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because it's not like she's like living like in some horrible place. Like right now she is safe.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine.
Which is important.
Yeah. She can take care of herself for a little bit. I need to work things out with my husband first, though.
Right.
And I also need him to know that he kind of has to back me up, like when she comes back, too.
And really try to explain yourself and tell him really how you feel, that you need support, and, you know, basically what you're telling me, you know, try telling him, if it helps you, to write down your feelings first and prepare yourself for what you want to say to your husband, and then maybe get that, like I said, that cleared up first and work out your issues with him first.
Yeah.
And then work on a plan with you and your husband on how to get your mother-in-law back.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Well, let me know how it goes if you'd like to come back next week, and
Yeah.
we'll see where things are at.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.